Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Give me some hearts. Can you hear me now? I unmuted it. Can you hear me now? How do you mute your damn self on here? Like, who wants to come on here and mute themselves? Still nothing. I'm going to end it and then come back on. Oh, you can hear me? Yeah. You go back in. Okay. All right. Come a long way in this stuff. Yes. Good morning, ladies. I love you all. This moon is really, getting to people, and I love it. And I love you all. I got all my ladies in here that I love so much, and I love you all, and I know, oh my gosh, I know, right? So these womb spaces, these men and these women in these womb spaces, the sacral chakra, the 417, the orange. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I've been going in. You guys didn't see at the beginning. I got this very interesting piece of coral when I was at the Keys with B, right? And I was meditating with it. I've been going through some things, guys, with my heart, right? And so when I go through things with my heart, sometimes I don't know what else to do but to be in my heart with God and just be like, yo, like this shit got me devastated, It's easier to admit to God in my heart that I'm devastated than to admit to everybody else, right? And so that's like, the anger that covers up the hurt, and I'll kick you in the fucking neck, and we have choices to make, right? We're all making choices every single day of our lives. We have a million bazillion choices to make at the same goddamn time. This girl messaged me this morning saying my husband wanted to be with her before we moved up here and got married, and he's addicted to pills. Oh, I'm sending you a lot of love, Melissa. That's that womb space. That's that womb space. It does look like the female reproductive system, doesn't it? I love you, sis. I love you so much. We all need to explore ourselves. We need to explore what we're feeling. So when these moons come in and they kick you up and they kick things up into your life and into your house and onto your porch, right? We need to really feel those. And I know that they hurt. Like when it comes in and it kicks you and it takes your breath away, I know the feeling. But you have to really nurture that. You have to be your mother. Like, the mom vibes that I'm getting from this moon is, how are we mothering ourselves as men and women? How are we nurturing ourselves? What are we doing? That the mother energy is the nurture energy. The stillness, the darkness, the security in the darkness. I send love to myself in the program. Yes. I know, Jasmine, I love you so much. And I love this so much. Guys, I know that this is hectic and crazy. And I know because I've been going through things too. There's things I'm good at and there's things I'm not good at. Just like there's things that you guys are good at and there's things I'm not, we all need each other. Major inner child work. Yeah. Womb work is major inner child work. We need to explore the roots of us. We need to explore the feelings of us. We need to explore the connections that we make. We need to explore the work that we choose, the friends that we have, the things that we do, the routines in our lives, right? Don't want to live from a trauma space and react anymore. Yeah, and the only way to simmer the react is to nurture the feeling that makes the reaction, right? And it's okay. You could be like, oh, fuck, I missed it, right? I missed it. It just happened and I missed it. That's okay. Next time it comes up, you're going to grab that shit. I am in the storm and it is transforming me, not going to let it break me. Yes, and I have been in the storm and was just in the storm really deep. And, you know, I finally surrendered to that whole broken too. You know, like I was broken. And so, you know, to surrender to that part of like, we're not always so strong out here. You know what it's like being a mom, right? You're not, you don't always feel like you got your shit all together. You feel like you're messing up all the time. You feel like you could have done this better and that better and been here and signed up for this and did this extra thing, right? But what if it was all right that you're just still for a while? What if it's right that you feel broken and you just need to heal up? You know, all this tough woman, you know, this is what's coming up for me with this moon. Like, I don't want to be strong like that anymore. I don't want to, you know, I am a warrior and I have things I need to do out here. And so I need to manage my strength wisely. You know, I need to pull back from what is depleting me. Acceptance and surrender. You know, it's just ebb and flow, and we're just ebbing and flowing, and things are coming up, and then they're going back out, and nobody knows what the fuck is happening. Guys, listen. We really do have power within us. So, you know, Melissa, all my girls on here, you know, if you're going through something like I've been going through something, the power is in you. It's in you. The power is in you. You know, today this energy in the throat, this 741 hertz pure tone, you know, is a really good day to think about what are you speaking into your life. Do you make affirmations to yourself? You know, when your mind does veer off into the doo-doo, can you affirm yourself back into what you love? You know, the word, there is a lot of power in the word. And what happens a lot of times with this womb space energy is we're speaking from our hurt and our fear instead of from our, you know, free, you know, unconditional love. And so what happens is we're speaking from the fear and we're getting it. And it's just reaffirming that it's real. Whenever we just need to work on how we feel so that when we speak new things, we can create those new things. It's okay to just be in it. Yeah, girl, I've been in it. It's okay to sit in the darkness, like the stillness of the womb. That is exactly it, girl. I'm telling you. And normally I run, and so I'm so fucking proud of myself. Normally I book myself up at work. Normally I get myself busy as hell. Normally I don't sit down. I think I gotta get it out when I'm cleaning. I think I gotta go work out and kick the punching bag and all kind of shit. And I really didn't. I really sat with what hurt and let love help me to navigate through. You have to ask love to help you. And then you have to pay the fuck attention to what love is trying to say. You know, it's that give and receive, that give and receive. This isn't about other people. This is about you, the give and receive in you with you. How do you, you know, give you, and how do you receive back to you to fill you back up? I love you. I love you. This is what a lot of people are really, you know, feeling. And I know, and I love you. And things feel strange, and I know, you know, and you know, today's a good day to turn on the 741 hertz, to turn on the 528 hertz, because the solar plexus is in a direct relationship with the throat chakra. So right now I have on root, solar plexus, and throat singing bowls, sound bath. You know, however, get it how you live. You gotta sit with those feelings. Their energy, you gotta let that shit go. Yes, and the only way we can let it go is to truly sit with it and to truly feel it. You know, and it feels terrible when you're sitting in the doo-doo. You know, that's why a lot of people don't sit with their darkness, because it feels fucking terrible. It isn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get all my friends and we're just gonna sit in the dark and it's real fucking cool in here. No. You are like snotty nose, shitting on yourself, your stomach hurts, you're worried as fuck. You don't know what's happening or about to happen. You feel everything is about to change. Should you even be doing this? Bless it. the darkness that comes up into your life. Oh man, guys, listen. Need some rose quartz. I love listening to my language. I love you. It's so nice. Let it charge under the full moon. Hell yeah. The rose quartz under the full moon. Honor Jesus. Eternal love. That 528, it helps. It heals. 741 and 963 is good too, but the 528 is everything. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. I've been saying this. It's free as fuck. Turn it on. Let it do what it do in your life. It's crazy out here. It helps you to work with the roots. It helps you to work with the feelings. It helps you. It's a process. Feel, then release, and so on. Yes. And a lot of people, in that give and receive in our lives, a lot of people have a hard time releasing, letting go of what it is that doesn't feel good. It's the craziest feeling in the world. You're like, I know this isn't good, but I just want to give it a little bit more love. It's a process. Feel then release. Yes, but making it a point to breathe through it and not drink or smoke weed to get through it. Yes, that's beautiful, Melissa. Thank you. Because that really is the thing. These things come in and they take our breath away, and it has to be us that is like, yo, self, breathe deep. Now. It's crucial. Now. Lead my tribe. And that's the thing, as we go in and connect with this self, the people are just there. It's not anybody you have to hold on to. It's not anybody you have to prove anything to. It's not anybody you have to do or say or be anything for. It's just love. We need to do this together. Your energy is so amazing. Oh my God, I would love to do a show with you. Thank you. I love your energy too. You've been saying for years, sis, I love you, Chas. I love you so much. I love you so much. Self-love. Everybody that's on here right now, self-love is their language that they're trying to learn. We come from old writings of not self-love, and we're coming into self-love, and it's very, very different, and everyone is affected different. And we either just give love or just leave it alone. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. It's you and you on your planet. Stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your lane. If you don't have love to give to somebody, stay in your lane. It's fine. I have people do me dirty as fuck out here. I stay in my lane. Yes, I love you too, sis, very much. Self-love is the basis of everything we do. Yeah, and that's what love's been teaching me, and that's what I'm about to talk about. Like, everything that happens to me comes back to self-love. It's like, okay, this happened. All right, how do you love yourself in that? Okay, that happened. Okay, how do you love yourself in that? Okay, that happened. Why do you give a fuck? Okay, that happened. Why do you care? Okay, that happened. What is going on with you, Sarah? Because by becoming more and more aware of what is going on with me, I'm a better helper. I can be more aware of what is going on with other people. I'm more aware in life. I realize there is no amount of weed or alcohol that will make a negative toxic situation copacetic. I am excited for my life, and I'm going to shine and make my light beautiful and get back to my past state in love and peace. Yeah, guys, the addictions, that's in the womb space, right? And so it doesn't help. And it could be weed and alcohol, or it could be working out and sex, or it could be, whatever. It doesn't help. You have to face it. All the weed, the alcohol, the sex, the drugs, the conversation. I mean, phone calls can be addicting, right? You could take phone calls to the point where you're avoiding yourself. I got there. In working for myself, I'm like, I'm just going to fill my everything up, and so then I don't have to work on myself. You just do it. When you don't even consciously know that you're avoiding your own self most of the time. So guys, one of the big things that's going on right now that I'm seeing in a lot of people is a lot of people are feeling really divinely inspired, right? And it's powerful, right? When you get a divine inspiration, it's like, whoa. Right. Especially when you react and do something out of woundedness and feel ashamed, and then turn around and send love and forgiveness to yourself. Yeah. Do you know how many times just recently I've acted out of woundedness and said things out of woundedness and everything else? And there's, all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You have to sit with it. Anytime it comes up, yes. It's all to bring us out from the inside. It is all to bring us out from the inside. And that's exactly what I've been really feeling into is just like, there are so many levels of us to love, you know what I mean? And I can resonate with so many people's things that they've been through because there's so many different levels, that you experience. Yes, no self-loathing. It makes me sad how women accept less than we deserve. And lots of it because of childhood wounds, love, goddess bass. Yeah, well, it's like, it is accepting less than you deserve, because of the woundedness in you. And then the woundedness in you attracts the woundedness in somebody else. And then, you're trying to learn how to talk about it, and you're trying to learn how to feel about it, and you're trying to learn how to, navigate through it. And each person is their own person, and we have no control over what anybody else is doing. Yes, communication with the divine has been woe. Absolutely. And I am so thankful. Yes, it's painful and beautiful. And I think that, we really got to work with our communication with the divine. It's like working out. It's like, any muscle that you're trying to work out, it's the same type thing. You have to work that connection in. Yes, inner child work will guide you deep, deep into self-love, into this womb that I speak of, this womb space that I speak of, right? And this is why I say that every man and woman have a womb space, because every man and woman has had an umbilical cord. This is the space where we're connected to our mom, not just for any dumb reason. It's a divine reason. And inner child work does really totally change the fucking game. And what is that? People get real freaked out and real dramatic and all kind of stuff. What it is like, when something bad comes up in your life, and when something comes up that makes you angry and frustrated, and you're ready to kick somebody in the neck in the name of love, you need to figure out how to get yourself to a safe place, number one, and sit with yourself and ask yourself, your heart, what does this mean to me from whenever I was a child? Where is this coming from in my life, and help me work with this, right? Whenever my husband and I react to each other from trauma space, he says racial slurs and name calling, etc. Whole time in my head, I say, this is a lie. He's projecting, you're loved and worthy and beautiful. Well, that's beautiful for you to be able to do that, because, like, I'm not really at that level yet. Like, when I have somebody being fucking rude to me, I'm like, I wish the fuck you would. When you catch me off guard sometimes, I have to gather myself for a little while, because, I got that in me. I got that fire in me. I do. I really do. And, that's all a part of self-love. It's like, you have to really learn how to nurture what the fuck is you. So everybody can be out here with all this love and light shit, but you know what I mean? I got something in me, like, get the fuck back. Don't do that. And so bless your heart, and that's what I mean. We need people like you. We need people like you, Melissa. We need people like me, because sometimes it takes me a while to come to that place. And I'm working on getting there to where you are at that level, right? My responsibility now to work harder to heal my trauma and love my damn self, going straight to my crown. Yes. And I would definitely go into the womb and do some womb work. Do, whatever that means to you. Trust that. I hit back and lash back out. Yeah, me too. I wish a motherfucker would. I know. He says there can't be two men in the relationship, but I told him to love my strength. Well, and that's what's coming up a lot with this moon, is this toxic femininity, right? And it's like, guys, I can't leave it be up to a man that I feel like a woman, right? That's up to me as a woman. And so, like, to me, I have been very masculine in my journey, and I want to soften up. And I don't want to have to be a fucking soldier out here anymore. I want to sit down. I want to create. I want to manifest. I want to draw everything to me. I want to be peaceful. I want to be still. I want to be well fed. I want to be pampered. I want that. I do want that. I want to feel safe. I do. And so, that trauma in you is that guard and that block of what you're, and you're not allowing the love to come into you like you deserve. You're staying in that place. And when you do, you'll realize how powerful you are. Yes. Not ready to leave yet. Need to get more stable. I feel it. I'm taking you on the road with me. Yes, getting so close. Love you so much. We're not too much. No. Trust your intuition and divine timing. We are blessings. Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, when these divine inspirations come up for us, normally what happens is fear comes in, right? So like you'll get a divine inspiration and then a fear comes up like, all right, are you sure you're divinely inspired? Or do you maybe want to analyze this first, right? And that's only for us to explore anything that has been getting in the way in us, right? Anything that has been getting in the way in us that's like through our ancestral lineage of what our heart's desires are, right? And so that'll put you deep in your feelings. A lot of these things that are coming up, a lot of these divine inspirations that are bringing these fears, and the fears are putting you very deep in your feelings. Feelings, again, is associated with your womb. Feelings, emotions, all of that. Fuck fear, get out of your comfort zone and grow. Yes. And some people hold on so hard to the comfortable, uncomfortable. And it's so funny because I used to say that all the time. And I just caught myself doing it again. So, like, we are not fucking perfect. 5 minutes ago, bitch. Believe it or not, those horrible moments, I see your face sometimes and you remind me of my strength and my worthiness. I think of my tribe. I love you. I love you. And the doo-doo is deep. And it's really extra super deep whenever you have other people involved in it and kids involved in it and everything. And so I send so much love. I send that seashell love today. Because I know how hard it is. How is the give and receive in you? How would you, when you go in with your awareness, how would you rate the give and receive within yourself? Write that down with yourself. Okay, so I'm good at giving this, and this. Receiving, like my give list was like, whoop, whoop. My receive list was like, I couldn't let myself. And it's been a process. It's been something that I've been working on for like 10 years. Once you do, it's like, hell yeah, and it gets more easy to you. Yes, and like, the littlest things make the biggest difference. That's why I say there's no mistakes. So like, as I let somebody hand me a fucking straw, I'm moving on up, right? I never did that before, you know what I mean? Thank you. Thank you. Let me hold the door open for you. Thank you. Let me help you with that. Thank you. I never was able to do that before as a woman. I was so strong, trying to be so strong. I had to surrender that. But I didn't just be like, oh, here, go ahead, take it. No, I had to, like, me and the universe had to, like, fight that shit out. Like, the universe had to fight me until I was, like, exhausted enough to be like, I need help. The universe put me into a job that exhausted me so I could be like, can you please help me? More easeful, not necessarily easy. Absolutely. I love that one. We do need to do a show. How is the give and receive in your life, guys? Look at that for yourself. It's not a competition out here. How am I giving and how am I receiving? Put your hand on your heart. Ask your heart, how am I giving? How am I receiving? Where am I letting myself fall short? That's ebb and flow. What is bliss to you? What is bliss to you? My bliss, I don't like to wake up early and get to rushing around. So, like, part of my bliss is, like, smooth, peaceful, easy mornings. It could be dumb, right? What is service to you? How do you want to serve in this world? How do you like to serve? What do you like to serve? I just want to serve love out here, right? But you got to pay attention to what you're doing. Are you in service? Are you in servitude? Because service is what you choose with your heart to give to the world. Servitude is thinking that you have to do A, B, C, D, Z to fit into somebody else's world. Fuck that. Fuck that. Not everybody likes the way I service the world with love. Bye. I'm never talking to you again if you say there are no mistakes. Toodles. I love these people that are mad at me and walking out of my life, but what am I supposed to do? I have to keep doing what makes me feel good. Shine that feminine energy, girl. You're a warrior. Navigating emotions is warrior work. Yeah. Redefine whatever word doesn't serve you. Yeah, it really is warrior work. And like, that's the only kind of warrior work I want to do anymore. I want to let the men go ahead and do what the men need to do and do what I need to do as a woman. And that's what this moon means to me. This mommy womb moon. A lot of people say I'm selfish, but there's a difference between having boundaries and putting yourself first. Yeah, well, you know, this whole topic has been coming up for a while now. This whole, am I selfish if I and I said just the other day, if somebody comes up and says, am I selfish if I do it? Do it. Do it, because whoever loves you is going to love that you put yourself first. Putting yourself first is teaching your kids to put their self first. That's how we're doing this. Does it feel bad because people do say we're selfish? Yes. Cheers. Do it anyways. Bye, babe. Definitely. I was just thinking, I need some people to sit on here and talk about it with. And if you need to, and if you are in need and no one will give it to you in that moment, give your damn self. Bless it all the way up. Yes. You have to be the one. You have to be the one. It has to be you. And that's why a lot of people are sad, because they're waiting for it to be somebody else that cares, but it has to be you. It has to be you. We do have a lot of great people out here that will sit in the dark with us, right? And bless them. Oh my gosh, I love so many of you for being that for me. Because guys, no matter how much you heal, we have this light and we have this dark, and we have this stuff that's in the darkness that we need to really release. And we can't release it until we learn to be aware of it, until we learn to nurture it, until we learn to let it go. You have to learn to let it go. Saying let it go and actually learning to let it go, two different things. Damn straight you're selfish. Selfish isn't a bad thing. Yeah, for sure. You know, people call me selfish a lot, and I'm like, bless it. And I just said, you know, following your instincts doesn't always feel so good. You know, when we're making these choices in our instincts and in, you know, with our intuition and with our womb and with what we've been through versus what we're trying to create, it is not always such a good feeling space. You know, some people think that, you know, when they're creating things, it's just like, oh, this magical space or whatever. There's a lot that happens energetically in that creativity space. Meditate on what doesn't feel good. You can meditate a bazillion different ways. You know, take it into the womb, take it into the heart. You know, reparent you. Give yourself that solid foundation that you wish that you had. Nurture that what is in you. And then you will see that your parents didn't have that even for them. And that's why we're doing it, so our kids can do that. You know, emotional wounds fuck us up, man. And it's crazy because, like, a lot of people are going through it, and it's very similar, but it's like, this is, you know, they have, like, their little categories or whatever, but emotional wounds fuck us up. You know, the things that we're carrying in our womb, it's fucking up what we're creating. And so if you're creating this good life, and for the most part you love your life, but sometimes you get super fucking angry and super fucking sidetracked, you need to go in and sit with the roots and womb of you. With the root and sacral chakra of you. Side note, you're gorgeous. I love you, Cody. I love you, girl. You know, guys, we can take what hurt to help us create new things, right? So when something comes into your life that hurts, because God knows I was just there, right? Take it to help create new things. So I took what hurt, and I felt it, and 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 it been going on, right? And I've been feeling it and feeling it and feeling. This is the most I've ever felt something and didn't run from it. So I'm super fucking proud of myself, right? Does that mean I worked it out perfect and did all the dids? No, right? I just sat with it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to figure it out. Just sit with it. Nurture it. Nurturing it is not figuring it out. You know, and I think that's what a lot of people want to do, is try to figure it out, and they're mad because they can't figure it out. Just nurture it, and then it all just figures out. So the things that hurt, let that help you to create different thoughts and better feeling thoughts on what you want for that thing, right? So we get to use our imaginations however we want out here. Hello, Mandela. Mwah, Cody. And many people's imaginations are running completely wild from fear, right? So your sacral chakra is in a direct relationship with your third eye chakra, right? And so all the fears and the old wounding and the old ancestral pain that you have in the inner child in your womb is affecting the way you're envisioning life for you, how you can create your life. What are the possibilities in your life? How can life really be, right? And so that's why I say sit with your womb. Quit having sex for 30 days. Go into your lineage. Ask questions. You know, get curious about yourself. It's fun. It really is fun to get to know yourself, to get to know your roots, to get to know your feelings, the way you react, why you do that. It's like this, it brings you this emotional intelligence of like, oh, I get why people are cutting up out here. Because they don't know how to express how they feel. They don't know how to quit doing the things that hurt them. They don't know how to mean what they say. Right? They're coming out of all these same old programs as you, sir. I get it, guys. I'm still working on the give and receive that I'm talking about. You know, I'm still working on the stillness and letting love come into me. You know, I don't always get it right out here, and I'm trying. And a lot of times that masculine energy, it does take over in me. And I do guard up and try to like protect up. But that's not, you know, the healthy divine masculine. You know what I mean? When you have divine masculine and when you have divine feminine, you know, it's not with the toxic parts. And so you have to work with the toxic parts so you can alchemize those, right? It doesn't mean that they're bad. You just have to learn how to nurture them and release them, right? A lot of people are seeing danger and fear everywhere, and I get it, right? I get it, because it just came up for me real big. Like through everything I was already going through, some real big fear came up for me. The anger, it can be a powerful tool when you can transmute it, when you can take that energy and use the power to push your creations. It's like sitting with it, twist it, and pow. Yes, yes, yes. You know, and that is like the healthy way. Like instead of going to drugs or going to, you know, alcohol or going to sleep, or when you take that anger and you learn to sit with it and you learn to nurture it, and then you really do like put that into what you're trying to create, it is like pow. When you really learn to sit with the emotions and be and get the wisdom that is from those emotions that are so strong, because they're strong. That's why a lot of people run from them, because they're so strong. You know, your feelings and your emotions and your traumas and the things you carry, it's strong. It's strong enough to make you run from your own self in your own self. Thank you. Thank you. We all need each other, guys. We all need each other. We really do. What I've learned is that each person's reality is their own reality. Truly and honestly. What they think is reality is their reality, because they are thinking it, they are feeling it, they are saying it, they are living it. That is their reality. And who are we to tell them that that is wrong? That's really how I feel like my place is here. Let them have it. Stay in your lane. You link up with the people that have a very similar reality to you. That's just how it works. I know a lot of people are saying that they can't seem to ask questions that count, right? And I've been feeling that too. And it's work, right? I've been working on that for like a lot of years. Like, really try to ask like the right questions. Like I went from never asking questions to like sometimes I feel like I don't ask them right. Like I ask questions, but maybe I don't ask them right because when people lie to you, you're like, did I not ask that right? But we can't control that. We just have to trust our intuition. We have to trust our guidance system that's on the inside. We have to trust our hearts and our divine inspirations, and the fears that come up are for us to grow and expand, right? A lot of people, just recently have been telling me that they feel like they have so many options and they're just freezing up, right? And I get it. And that's just a time to go in and meditate. Sit with yourself, say affirmations to yourself, nurture yourself in love, get a bath, eat something good, do something for yourself, nurture yourself. Whatever's chicken noodle soup to your soul, do that. Because what's happening is a lot of us, when you have a bunch of choices and you just freeze, a lot of times you're in the energy of just allowing choice to fall into the hands of other people, right? And so just like, I don't know, I got too much going on, I'm just going to let you pick, right? And then you're mad because they picked something that you didn't want, but you didn't pick it. You let them pick it, right? And so when you sit with that and you nurture that, you see it that way. You don't see it the other way. You need to take control of the choices that you make in this life. Life is all about the choices we make. And so this does look like the womb to me, but this does also remind me of, you're going down the road and then all of a sudden the road stops and you either go left or right and you pick. And what makes you pick that? Somebody else or you? And then if you let them pick it, like, can you really be mad? Or you just come to another place that's like this and you pick a left or a right and you go? Or do you sit and hold a grudge for 98 years? Allowing love is receiving guidance from love. So it doesn't have to be like, cars and help and all of these things. It's guidance from love. If you're not good at receiving love, you're probably not good at receiving the guidance that love is trying to give you, because love is always trying to give you love, but it's just like you have a choice. Do you receive it or do you let fear ride your life? And that's really what it is. And that's really, when I get caught up in the doo-doo, I have to remind myself of that. Your sex space is your feeling space. That's your creativity. You have to explore yourself. A lot of people say, I don't even know, like, I'm not very creative at all. Like, go in. We are all very creative in our very own unique ways. Go in. If you don't feel creative, go in. We have to choose us to create all that our heart's desiring, right? And so that means every time that there's a choice in your life, every time that something comes up where it's like, okay, I got to make a choice in my life, you really have to make it for you. And then the things that are supposed to be for you are going to align into that choice. Anytime you get caught up making choices and letting other people's programs or algorithms ride that choice, you're going to find that you're not happy because that wasn't your heart's desire. Your heart's desire was over there. You have to choose you. Guys, the truth is piercing sometimes. It cuts. I just got the truth the other day, and oh my God, I feel like somebody stabbed me in the fucking heart. And it was like, I knew it. I knew it. My intuition was telling me the whole time. My heart wanted to believe in something so much better, right? Aggression doesn't come up for no reason. We need it. That anger that Chastity was talking about, you need that aggression. I used to get aggressive and go and do the punching bag, like I said, and now I get aggressive and I turn it into some kind of crazy mad creation on whatever whatever I have to do that with. we need it to defend ourselves, to defend what we love. You know, that's what I just had to do. I had to be aggressive to defend myself and what I love and what I'm trying to create. You know, I serve love. I serve love. And so, you know, when I'm making choices out here, they are in the name of love. But they don't always seem so loving. And sometimes my words aren't always the kindest, and I'm working on all of that. But I will kick you in the neck in the name of love if you fuck around with me. I will. But all the stuff that I just been through reminded me that much more that I got shit to do out here. So even though it hurt my heart, even though the truth hurt me, right? It's all right, you know. And that's the thing. Like, so many people don't want to tell the truth or don't want to hear the truth. But like, the whole thing is like, I don't know. Like, no matter how bad the truth is, I would so much rather know the truth than some fucked up, distorted story. Because when there's a fucked up, distorted story, I can feel that in my soul. And I'm trying to communicate how that feels, and then people lie because they want to keep it like that, right? So knowing the truth is like, okay, I wasn't fucking crazy. That was really going on. And you know, it's super cool because God lets me know the truth every single time, and I'm like, yes, 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 yes. You know, the shit out here that I'm doing, it has to do with the womb. Sex energy, sacred sex, clearing and releasing sexual energy, the mother, the children, the sexual assault, all of that that's in the womb, right? And my integrity in this field is very important to me. You know, so when you get thrown off guard, just come back in and remember who you are. Remind yourself of what is important to you in your heart. Creating is a challenge. 3 years ago, I did a video today on 3 years ago, and it was about me going to nursing school, Western medicine, and I was all super pumped up, and I didn't end up doing that. And, you know, it was all about women's health, MP, all that, right? Which is all still the very same things that I'm involved in, right? It's just you have to get to know yourself. Like, I am not really that type of girl. That would not probably work out that great for me. I would probably have a hard time. You know, and it's okay to be still. You know, I was a schoolaholic. I'm trying to stop being a schoolaholic. It's our minds that keep us stuck, guys. It's thinking about what we're feeling. You know, we're constantly thinking about what we're feeling, and that's why I say, you know, take some time to learn how to nurture it, because you're going to think about it. If you're feeling it, you're going to think about it. And so you taking that time to nurture it helps the way you think about it. And so therefore, when you're running on autopilot, it's coming from like a lot better of a place. Drop into your heart when you're thinking too much. If you're out here and you're thinking too much, drop your shoulders. Put your back back. Open your neck up. Open this heart space up. Breathe in deep all the way up your head, and breathe out, and just let that be open for a little bit in the privacy of your own home, your car, your space, whatever you need to do, right? Drop into your heart even when it hurts, you know, especially when it hurts. You know, when it hurts, you really got to go into that heart and sit there. And when you do that, you know, don't be surprised if wonderful people don't just come into your life and drop in some love and things like that, because that's the kind of stuff that happens. When you learn how to nurture you, you start to attract people that are very nurturing to you, that you're very nurturing to them. You know, it's the give and receive. You know, you start to work that out within yourself. You have to work it out within yourself. You know, never judge the give and receive off of anything else, just you and you. Try to, you know, pay attention to that. Be mindful out here to do no harm. You know, when a lot of people are out here and they're trying to create things and they're trying to heal things, you know, there's a lot of stuff that like comes up. You know, one of the biggest things that I like to do all the time is do no harm for the highest and greatest good for all involved, right? Use your sword to cut the old thinking, the false ideas that aren't of love, the words that aren't of love, the thoughts, the feelings that aren't of love. Use your sword. You know, imagine yourself that you have a sword that you can go in and you can cut all the things out that no longer serve you. And you can plant them back into the earth and you can regrow them into something, whatever, right? Ask your heart. Ask your heart. Keeping yourself safe is exhausting. You know, if you're out here and you're trying to keep and you're in a relationship and you're trying to keep yourself safe in that relationship, you're better off just to get out of it. So if you're trying to keep yourself safe in a relationship, just get out, spend some time with yourself. That's probably the best thing you can do. Because trying to keep yourself safe is exhausting. Trying to keep yourself safe by yourself when you're not even in a relationship is exhausting. So it's definitely exhausting for two people. When you're trying to keep yourself safe, you're blocking out your blessings. You're not allowing love. You're not allowing guidance. You're not allowing these things to come into your life. And they come up with all different topics, you know. I bring it out in people when it comes to politics and God and sex and healing, right? I get where I know what is the truth or my intuition is screaming at me and I just let it play out anyways, and then I get upset and I didn't cut it off quicker in the name of love. I totally feel it. You know, my intuition been coming at me for months. And, you know, I was like, okay, I hear you, I see you, I'm going to try to talk about it. And then it was like, no. I hear you, I see I'm going to talk about it. No. I hear you, I see I'm going to talk about it. And, you know, that was my fears. You know, and that's what I mean. Like, I get divinely inspired to talk to somebody about something, and then my fear comes up, you know? Fuck, yeah, you are like, dang, man, shit. You know, the give and receive out here is the flow of love. The give and receive out here is the energetic alignment. You know, anywhere we are getting stuck, that is within us and because of us and up to us to fix, right? We do have a deep power inside of us. You know, affirm that to yourself. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am more powerful than I have ever imagined in my life. You know, the balance that we're looking for in this life is inside of us. I am balanced. I am working myself to be balanced, right? If you don't allow love, you're blocking God. That's been my lesson. You know, we're all creating new belief systems from old belief systems. Every single one of us, right? And so, like, my friend that got mad at me about the whole no mistakes thing, like, you know, who is any of us to judge anything? There's so many different things happening out here at the same time. How can we say what's good or bad or right or wrong or whatever? We know what feels good or bad or right or wrong to us, right? And so he made a mention about child abuse, right? And he said, you know, well, you know, what do you do to the person that hurts children? You don't do anything to the person that hurts children. You pray for them. What you do is you grab the child and let them know, I hear you, I believe you, and I will protect you. That was wrong. And then you let God handle that. That's not your judgment to make. It's not. It's really not. And I, you know, deep in my heart, I'm going to tell you guys, like, my true feelings, and this is deep. And I have been sexually assaulted in my life by a couple different people. I believe that there is forgiveness for them. I do. Because I believe that in order for them to come and be able to hurt me, that they were also very hurt in their sex. And that I am very lucky that I learned it this way, where they just kind of stayed in that addicted to the fear, uncomfortable, comfortable position. So I do believe in forgiveness for sexual assault. I do believe that children only just want to be heard and protected and feel safe. They just want to know that you got them, know that you know about what happened to them, right? It doesn't have to be a big manslaughter thing. It's just, I hear you, I know you, I believe you, I'm going to keep you safe from here on out. We need to, you know, protect what we are wanting to create with our hearts. And so, you know, what I just went through, it wasn't what I was trying to create with my heart. And that's what made it so easy to just be like, I got to let it go. I can't take anything and you know, and make it into something that it's not. Yeah, it's up to us to let those kids know that we believe them and we see them and we will fucking protect them. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and then it's up to us to work on the fears that are within us that bring that to our kids. So as we strengthen that up, they can just be strengthened in that, and the conversations will just fucking change. You know, this has been my path: sexual assault for my daughter. Everything got brought up into my world, right? I didn't want that to happen to me. I wasn't ready for it when it came in. We have great influence and power in what we love. So, like the things that you have in your heart that you love, you have great influence for those things. There's great power for you in life in those things. You just have to figure out what it all means in you, with your heart. You know, guys, a big thing that I just learned through what I just went through is people really don't like others to see them weak. I know that for myself, right? And I'm seeing that a lot in a lot of other people. And I give so much love to anybody that's feeling weak and doesn't want to be seen by people. You know, there's a lot of really crazy shit churning up, and I just send you so much love if this is you and this is how you're feeling. And I want you to know that it's okay to be by yourself and to, you know, call God into that space, into your heart, and talk by yourself, because you know, a lot of people are messaging me about people that they love or whatever in an argument, and they're being ignored. And what happens is, you know, a lot of times when you're being ignored, that person feels weak. That person doesn't feel like they can show you that side of them, right? And so a lot of people are getting very angry about being ignored whenever in the whole of it all, they don't know how to show you this side of them. And so, you know, think about that. You know, they need time to build up their self love. They need that alone time. You know, a girl just posted today, you don't love somebody and walk away. Yes, you do. Yes, you do sometimes. Yes, you do. I just did. And I normally don't comment on anyone's stuff, and I did comment on that because it just happened. And I did feel like that. Like, you shouldn't just walk away. You shouldn't just stop, right? You should try. A lot of people out here right now are really afraid. And so I send so much love. The fear is in the womb. You know, there's a power inside of you. You're strong. Your heart's desires are very strong. You have to go inside to get the strength. Nothing outside of us is what gives us strength. It's all on the inside. Ask for signs. You know, if you're going around here and you're not sure, ask for signs. That's what I do all the time. Anything I'm going through, I'm like, can you show me something that makes this make sense? God gives us confidence in our abilities, you know, in our creativity, in healing the things that hurt, and releasing the things that hurt, and allowing love and what kind of love to allow to keep you safe. God knows what you need to stay safe. You know, a big thing came up on my old video, and it came up last night and today. You know, this whole fearing God thing, guys. I am not fearful of God. In my journey of learning about God and learning about love, I learned that my fear is what keeps me away from allowing the love, the real love that is out here for God, for me, from God, right? And my fears were blocking those from me. And so, you know, if you were raised in a religion that told you to be fearful of God, or, you know, judged by God, or any of those things, please go in and sit with that and feel that, because that is the furthest from the truth. Those are the truths that you like to reveal. They're like, oh, really? I'm not really a fucking scumball, slimeball? Everybody makes mistakes? Thanks, man. Seek and you shall find. Absolutely. You have to. God gives us, you know, help. God is helping me reinvent myself. from the old, broken down, thinking doo-doo everyday person to who I am right now. God is helping me refine that every day. God is helping me release false identities that I had on myself through the trauma that I had been through. Believing that God is love felt so foolish to me so many times. You know, and it was just like what my friend was saying. If God was real, why do bad things happen? If God was real, why do kids get molested? If God was real, why? There is dark and light on this planet. I don't know why. Maybe one day I'll find out, maybe one day I won't. Sometimes I ask and sometimes I don't care. All this hurt that's going on is just showing you to stay in your heart. All this hurt that is coming up for you is just showing to take you, to bring that into your heart and create with it. Just exactly what Chastity was just saying. God is a creator being. Yeah. Absolutely. The masculine, the feminine, God knows all the hurt. We are creator beings. God is a creator being. Absolutely. You know, to me, like, I totally do look at women like God. We have a womb. We create things, you know, and I do see, you know, where the God in us has come so far off and become so bitter and angry and toxic and mean and mad, and we don't trust anything and we don't believe in anything. But I'm here to tell you that it is all in you. I just got cheated and lied and manipulated and all of those things. And all of those things are in me. They're in me. Or they never would have came up. And that's the hard part, to quit saying you, and sit down with it and pull into your heart and say, all right, what do we got going on in me? Because this keeps happening to me. Bring the hurt into your heart. Ask your heart to help you heal what hurts. A lot of people are hurting. And it's okay. And it's okay if you're normally a people pleaser and you have to ignore people for a little bit to heal your heart for a little bit. You will be thankful that you did that. It's okay if you don't want people to see you weak and you want to strengthen up. And it's okay if you let somebody see you weak and that helps you strengthen up. Our roots are where we came from, guys. So our roots are our belief systems, our challenges, our natural characteristics, our programs that run through us, right? There's a lot of strength in the roots too. There's a lot of strength, but it's like salt and peppered in there with a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear in our roots. Fear of what? Fear of God. Fear of God, fear of life, fear of you name it that's in there. Breaking free and, you know, planting new seeds is work. So when you're breaking free from these old bondages that are in your roots that your ancestors carried, they'll tell you why it was wrong. You know, get in there. And as you're breaking free of that, you're able to plant new seeds. You know, like I've been doing with my everything. You know, this relationship, I just went through like a really fucking bad relationship. I'm working it, right? I can attract relationships that agree with my desires. You know, that's an affirmation that I have to say to myself. And when I first start saying it, it sounds weird, right? But I know. People are not finding it difficult to find the mate of their dreams because that person is not out there, but because of their own contradiction to their own desire and the thought they offer about the subject every day. When you constantly offer thoughts about your future relationship that feel good while you think them, that means you are consistently matching the desires that you have discovered as you live life. And under those conditions only, someone in agreement with your desires would come to you. We just sit there and they come to us. You know, the things that I just went through, those are the terrifying fears that are in my womb that I don't understand, that I thought I did so much work on, that are still present. that I don't know what to do with, so I'm just going to nurture them. I've never done that before, and I am. This one. I can focus on what I do want in a relationship, because even though I just had this relationship that completely fell out and busted up and crashed me in the face, and I still want my dream partner. By focusing upon the wanted characteristics of those around you, you train your vibrational offering to match only the best in them. And then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the worst in them. When you focus upon the worst in them, you train your vibrational offering to match only the worst in them. And then the law of attraction can no longer match you up with the best of them, right? Which is like how I learned my energy work, to see everybody as whole. And it's funny because I can do it in massive disease and all of this stuff for my work, but when it comes to a relationship, I'm different about it. And I need to work on it, because that is something that I do want in my life. Does anybody want a card, by the way? I have these Divine Oracle cards. If anybody wants a full moon, some full moon love, just tell me. Yeah, guys, so we're breaking free. We're breaking free from the roots that no longer serve us. We are coming in to who we are here to be. This is big work. We are releasing things that hurt. That's work. We're staying in our hearts. You want to stay in your heart. That's work, to stay in your heart whenever things feel bad. When things feel bad, our go-to is to get the hell out of there. Now I'm trying to say, all right, whenever it feels bad, go back into your heart a little bit more. Staying in your heart through the doo-doo. That's hard work. But you're working it. You definitely are working it. We have to heal the roots to change our lives, right? So every single thing that comes up in the daily life has a root. Everything that comes up, good, bad, ugly, whatever, has a root. For a lot of people, a lot of family restriction things are coming up, and that's so normal. We just went through all these holidays where everybody has these certain ways that they think people should holiday and God and all of those things. And so that family restriction energy has been coming up for quite some time now, even, a couple months before the holidays. And what you need to do is, feel through to the power, like, it doesn't make you a bad person to do things different than your family did. And, you have to stay in your heart and stay in what that is. And sometimes they might fall out and fall away for a little bit. But if they're truly meant to be a part of your path, they're going to come in and they're going to respect you and honor you for what you do. Speak life into family restrictions. If you're going through anything and you feel restricted in your family, speak life into that place, Imagine healing the family. Imagine what it would be like to, heal up your family. Because that's what you do when you do inner child work. That's what you do when you go into the womb. That's what you do when you become aware of your sex and your roots, right? You heal your family. You heal your grandmothers, you heal your kids, your grandkids forward. You're doing some big work when you're working on your own self. And give thanks for that. There's a lot of stuff moving in the unseen that really, if you give it a little bit of thanks, it's just going to catapult. We're choosing new routes. A lot of people, this is what's happening. You're coming to that end and you have to pick another way. What are you thinking about? What are you feeling inside of you? What are you saying into your life? No one really knows what's happening, right? I'm on my journey. You're on your journey. We're all learning the powers that are inside of us, right? The power of love, balance, and all of that. Our feelings create things, guys. If you're mad about anything, get to know why you are mad about that. To create what you do want versus what you don't want, you really have to be aware of everything that's going on. My message this morning was just I'm really thankful for it because it was God telling me that life is very fertile, right? And what is that? You know, capable of producing abundance. We are capable of producing abundance in our lives. You can embrace that everything is possible, or can you embrace everything that's possible? Everything. You can do anything that you want out here, you know. And there was a time where I didn't believe that, but you know, feeling that healing in my knee, it really changed my life. It really changed my life to see that anything really is possible, even the things that they say can never be. And so then I just dug into the whole because I was like, what the hell? You know, right now is a good time to start something nurturing for yourself, you know, whether that's a morning routine, you know, before work, driving to work routine, something, you know, with your friends, your kids, whatever. Start something that's nurturing for yourself, you know, food wise, vibes wise, you know, skincare wise, whatever, however you need to do it. Get around some good folks, guys. You know, good friends really mean a lot. I'm super thankful for the friends that I have in my life and the way that they love me. And, you know, I've come a long way in that. Create things together. You know, that's what I had a great talk with a great woman I loved last night. And, you know, we were talking about, you know, creating together and how a lot of people are like against creating together and stuff like that. And, you know, I just want to build. I just want to share. I just want to inspire. Um, Only love is real, man. And I know when you're in the doo-doo and whenever all these things are going on, it doesn't feel like it. But, you know, that's why you got to go in. And that's why you got to figure out you. And that's why you got to figure out why the things keep happening to you in your life. And why do you keep, you know, feeling these things? Why do you give a fuck about the things that are happening? I love you guys because we're all connected, man. You know, it's crazy stuff out here. It's really crazy beautiful. When you're going through something crazy and then you sit with your heart for a while, you know, just put your hand on your heart, take like 5 deep breaths. And say, show me what's beautiful. You know, you can really find some beautiful things even though there's a lot of crazy things going on. I don't know, guys. I do feel this moon. It's the Mali moon. I have one person on left. Do you want a card? I love you guys because we're all connected. We do need to definitely get into our womb space and figure out what is going on in there. That is our space of creativity. That is our space where our emotions run our lives. Hi, Ben. Good afternoon. Well, I'm just about done here, Ben. You just caught me right at the tail end. But I love your fucking guts. I love everybody's fucking guts. I know this stuff is hard. I do it every day. I do it every day. I do it every time. I do it everything that happens. You know, you know, the funniest thing is when you're hurting really bad, but then something comes in and like, you know, wants to let love in, right? And so that's the thing is like, you know, if allowing love is hard for you, when things hurt really bad, then it's almost impossible, right? And so I've been hurting really bad, and then, you know, things have been coming up to allow love into my life. And you know, people think like, oh, you know, that's so easy. It's not. It's not easy. Like, I really have to like make myself receive, you know, let that love be okay. Even though, you know, you think like, oh no, I'm sad, I can't be happy. Yes, you can. You can be sad and happy and mad and all of these things, and they can change and flip and move, and that's what they do. That's what it does. Happy full moon. Love is the key. I love you because we're all connected. One love.